So now we will discuss about the request and response specification. Okay. So what the exactly use of the request and specification? Let's suppose if we are providing the URL and content type, all the header, all the things again and again in framework. Please think on the same. It will find to work in the repeatedly the same command or same line again and again in each API call. Yes. So now we have need to understand the request and response specification. Request and response. Okay. Response request and response specification when doing API automation, especially REST assured, right? We send requests repeatedly. Many things stay common. What the things is common? Base URL, header, and then authentication, and then content type, logging, and status code, right? If we are writing this again and again, the code become messy or framework become a messy. Solution, use the specification. Specification means reusable configuration templates. There is two types. Request specification, that means control how request is sent. Response specification, control how response should be validated. Okay. First of all, we will go with the request specification. So request specification like this URL, header, query parameter, authentication, cookies. This is the all required things we have sent along with the request of the request. Body structure and login. Act like a pre-built request template. It is the template we will use in the for all API request. Okay. How in the basic example, if you I think in the application, yeah, you can see how we are sending header is the content type, and this is the then post request. Okay, that is fine. This is the very basic thing. Okay, let's suppose if I give you given and base URI and whatever. Okay, and then header, content type, and application Jensen, sorry, and dot body name, and this is the payload, nothing else. Okay, I'm just giving idea. Then when validating something, then post and URI here, query parameter, and then validating. This is the normal. Okay, so what is the disadvantage here, guys? Repetition, hard maintenance, and difficult framework scaling. Yes, but using the request specification, how we will do. So, so go to the. I will show you first here. I will do something. So how? We first of all we have need to create. First of all we have need to create the one create specification class. Then inside the class we will create the object of the request specification. Request specification equal to request specification builder, and then we will set base URI. I will show you in the. Let's suppose inside this rest assured we can create a inside. Let's suppose I'm creating here request specification. Okay, request specification I have created now, and then specification request specification equal to new request space builder, and I need to over on this the need to add and the specification builder. This is no, I think I've written wrong something. Space builder, this is absolutely correct. Oh, sorry. Dot set base URI. Uh, I can write here anything and then I will change when I send the request. Then add header, content type, application JSON, right? Dot log detail all, and then dot build. Now it is fine. Okay. Then we are coming here in the base test, I guess. No, inside the API test. Yes, inside this. And then we are initializing here. Let's see, I'm doing something. First of all, I need to write it down the correct. This copy here and paste there. And you can read the specification builder. I think this will be allow you to specify how the request look like. And now here we are coming here and giving dot request specification. Request specification dot body, right? But let me check again. This is here, and now we are calling this. I think this to create the. Now you can see here in this class in the request specification we have created the one static function here and we provide the base URI header log details, right? And now we are giving the payload and this is the response and directly space and the request we call in with the class name and the directly what the function name, because function is the we can call the function with the name because that is the we have created the static, and then we are providing the payload and then we are providing the parameters auth and login. So see, this is the structure which we can send the with the help of the request specification. So now you can see the request has been not accepted, I guess. Token is not created, refresh token is null, and ID which we are sending, this is the name, password which we are sending, and this is how you can see. I'm just showing you the request specification how you can use create the separate class. Inside the separate you can create the one function with the name of the request specification whatever you can, and then give the all the details that is the required in the common all the framework like content type, header, query parameter, all the things. But I will show you at the framework level we write the JSON alog path, JSON in the another folder, another file, endpoint in another folder. But the specification we can create a one file and add all those things which is required common for the whole framework. This is a very clean, reusable and professionally framework style. Come to the response specification. Response specification come to the first of all I would like to explain in the better way. Here is the response, right? Response specification is the define expected status code, content type, and response time, header, body validation. It the all standard validation you can perform with the this with the help of the response specification. Already you have seen in the previous lecture where we how we are validating status code 200, content type JSON, time is c millisecond or second in the that way. This is very simple way. We don't use the way in the framework level. So in the response specification, come to the here. create the one class. That is what response specification. Okay, that is fine. And now in the response specification, public static response. Sure. Inside this, we will create the response specification. Dot expected 200. Expect content type is what? Expect content type is content engine. So now we will add here dot then response specification, then is response response and class name dot n dot extract response. Yeah, it is fine. I will show you how. And now you can see that we have created the one post request and we are getting this the payload from the hash map. And inside the hash map, the script we are using the add the request data from the predefined specification. This is the spec where request specification. Here spec the request add from the predefined specification where the object is defined or the prerequisite is defined. So we are calling with the class name dot the function name, and we are payload is where we are getting from the hash payload class, and we are defining all the required things that is required to send along with the request. And escape here we are same thing we are doing and extracting the response and we are printing out. So let's see it will work or not. But I will create this 201 might be, but let's see. Yeah, post request has been created and user password we have sent it there and it is failed because we it was the 200. Okay, it is 200. I was checking it will fail or not, but now it is fail and then we are running again. Yeah, you can see now it is successfully validate whatever that we are trying to do in the escape response class name and the response escape function. Whatever we are validating in this side function like 200, JSON, all the things it is validating here, and whatever the request, whatever the data URL header, whatever we are providing in the request specification, and as well as we are printing out as well as log dot all we are using there. That's why the data is showing request parameter, query parameter, form header, all the things. Why it is showing because we are using the log dot all in the request specification class. And token reference is why because we are extracting as well as printing over the console. We are storing in the token folder and sorry token variable and it is printing the token here. Okay, Now we recap again. Here, what we are doing here, we are providing the base URI and header and the log dot all. It will return all the details and build just for run. Build request builder. Thus assembled request specification. Nothing. That's it. And then the response specification. Response specification is the function where we are sending validating the 200x. Expect that the response status was match and the integer, and expect the content type is the content dot session and the builder, as well as you can perform with the time. There are so many things you can perform with the same. Okay. So here question is consistent validation, less duplication. And thank you. We will discuss later next topic.